It's a some video with people like you, all kind of things with Jamaican people. But I'm an American and I don't see the Prime Minister giving out one. I see busy signal. I see Shaggy. I see Sean Paul. I see Usain Bolt. So driver, I want your cans to go around the road for me. I find poor people. And when you find them, make sure them get the motor stand and make sure them nothing. Lord of mercy. Are you ready? Everybody when we put up your hand. Mr. Rise on to us, driver. Close up. Drop it.
I see so many pictures of persons giving out packages, and it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody is giving out a package. Now, I think in the initial days it's necessary, but I'm also very concerned about the dignity of our people. You know, I don't like my country to be shown as people running to get food, fighting over a package and those kind. I don't like that. And it creates a kind of mentality that is not Jamaican. We are independent people at heart. We're not supposed to be doing handout. Now, yes, we are in a place where we need to do relief, but we must never give up our dignity. So if you have to give that quietly. Help the people who are in distress preserve their dignity. And the people who are in distress, remember your dignity. Which is why I announced a week ago that we are going to transition from giving out of packages, because it's becoming highly political. Who never get. And if you go to a man's place and then him say, oh, you never call me to go give package with you, and you only give to that. Look, you know, the funny thing is this. The amount of JLP people who call me to say, PMP, MPs get package and don't come to them. And I said, look, I don't want a political issue. Don't bother make no noise over that. Don't make no noise over that. It is disgusting that persons would want to make political issues over the distribution of aid. We have to bring an end to it then, because some people can't help themselves. They can't resist it. And so we are going to shift from the distribution of food packages to giving persons coupons or cards that they can go and buy the stuff that they need. I've seen a lot of talk about generators. Now, you have to understand how disasters work, right? Countries who are going to assist usually have a pre-prepared list sometimes of things that they will contribute or donate. But oftentimes they will say to the country in distress, what is it that you need the most? And so we have a needs list, and we put that needs list up and we communicate that to our partner countries. And one of the things we emphasized was for generators. And that's standard. You would need generators. But what do you need the generators for? 900,000 persons were impacted by the hurricane. We would say that of that 900,000, maybe about 150,000 were severely impacted. So they are now without electricity, without water. House might be down, roofing is gone. Now, the number of generators that we got, the last time I checked, was somewhere in the region of 600. The commander of ODPEM will give you the specific figure. Now, how do I share up 600 generators to 150,000 people? Now, I'm telling you the nonsense that they talk, and you wonder what they went to school for. And you wonder if they are doing it deliberately to sow discord. You can't share up 600 generators for 150,000 people or 42,000 homes. It's not possible. So what do you do with the generators? The first thing you do is you want to give it to areas where its use will be multiplied. So for example, police stations that now don't have generators, you give them generators, because that is where the people go for safety and security. I toured Falmouth, and when I passed Falmouth, I was wondering, what is over there? It was a police station. Everybody gathered at the police station trying to get internet, trying to get their phones charged, and just being in a place that's lit and safe. So you want to make sure that your emergency responders get them. And so what we have done, we have put a policy in place. So we're saying whatever we have gotten, we're going to use it for resilience building. You remember that word that I said, that if you get hit, you get back up stronger. We got hit. So we give the police, the JDF, fire brigade, your municipal buildings, the hospitals, we give them generators. And that is where it is going. No, it's not just a gift that they're going to get. They have to account for it. And not just to say, I sign a receipt to say I received the generator. They must provide us with a plan as to how this generator is going to be operated and how it is going to be replaced when it reaches the end of its useful life, so that they will always have the backup capability going from here on in. And that's what we have done. Now, what some people would have done if they were the government is to just take it and give it to them friend and give it to them company, and nobody would benefit. That is what they're trying to do, you know. That is why they are saying that nonsense, because they believe that they would get political power by saying, I would give it to my friend and company. And there are those who are not thinking who would follow it. My government doesn't do that. And that is why this government is recognized. There has been no other time in Jamaica's history, you know, when we have been hit by any disaster, and the level of support that has come. It is incredible, because we are a smart government. We are a thinking government. We are a compassionate government. That's it. So I was watching an interview with a foreign station immediately after the aftermath of the hurricane. And a lady was being interviewed, and she said she don't see anybody except someone from the Lacovia police station. I've seen anyone from the government, but she saw the police. Now, it tells you how people think and why I have to open this police station. Because somehow the country may think that the police station just materialized, that the government had nothing to do with it, that the government that you elected did make a policy decision that ensured that this police station came to reality, that the government did not invest in the police force to build the morale of the police force, that when disasters like this would have struck, they understand what their role is, and they stood up. There were other disasters, and there were other events, and it was not always the case that the JCF was in a position to stand up. But we have invested more than $90 billion in our security forces over the last 9 years. And as a result of that, the murder rate is now down 42% this year, 21% last year, and 7% the year before. To now, we can, for the first time in over 30 years, almost 40 years, look for a murder rate that is below 700. Yet, there are those who would want to say, no, government don't have nothing to do with that. It's some magic that it happened. Yes, you'll always have people talk nonsense. What you worry about is the people who believe it. It's called confirmation bias. They already had it in their mind never to accept anything good that the government has done. So they just want to hear some negativity to reaffirm their already negative position. But the only way to challenge that is to keep doing good, to keep showing the facts that are indisputable. And it is indisputable that you have a far lower murder rate today than you had in the last 30 years. It is indisputable that the JCF stood up as a strong unit. I saw my commissioner of police, as a citizen of the country, proud of my police, repairing their police stations, not waiting, going out there and repairing their police station. More than that, taking care of their members. I received a report yesterday at the National Security Council from all the security forces, the JCF, the JDF, Customs, MOCA, and what they did was to assess all their members who had damage in the hurricane, and they are mobilizing internally to assist them. They have looked at all their infrastructure and facility that is damaged, and they're moving rapidly to see to its repair. Why? Because they want to be able to continue to serve the public. Every policeman, every soldier is so proud of their institution, proud of the uniform that they wear. When they stand up in the public square, upright, shoulders square, even in a hurricane. I saw the team from St. James foil attempted robberies in the hurricane. You know, they could have decided to stay in the station and lock it, as was the old jokes that used to be told about our police stations. But our new JCF, they decided that they would go out there, be present, be felt, serve, and protect. That didn't happen by magic. It happened because the government made an investment and gave confidence and support in policy and direction to our security forces. And we are now reaping the benefits of that. Many of the police stations became the center of activity in the communities that were destroyed. I toured several of them, and that is where they were getting internet. People gathered to get their internet, gathered to get their phones charged, gathered for safety. That is where many of the distribution hubs were stationed. This police station, God forbid any future disaster, is built for sustainability and resilience. It will have its own backup power. It is built, as you can see, very firmly, strong, and it will be able to serve this community as an area that you could consider to be a first response and secure area in the event of a disaster. So this got almost full force of the damage.
The wall of the hurricane actually passed over Congo, right?
Yes.
There's always this mystic that I don't want to hear. I don't want to dispel that right now.
My friend, I go everywhere in Jamaica.
So why don't you say you're afraid of?
You must go to your mind. I present you with for the school. So Chief, I gather you have several of these.
Yeah,
so you can show him how to set it up.
And as usual, thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts, your views, and your opinion. Be safe out there. On your way out, leave a small like, a small subscribe. I'm out.